Sorry about this, everyone. We are now putting coverage out there for Francine. Again, flash flood emergency for New Orleans. Flash flood emergency for New Orleans. We're going to play that for you guys as I get prepared mentally for what is happening. I'm going to add some stuff I never thought I would add into one of these, but something I need to add. Flash flood. Flash flood EME RGENCY. I want to put this out there. There is a flash flood emergency active for New Orleans right now. We are now putting coverage on this. Creating custom graphics. Sorry about this, everyone. I am putting custom graphics in that I never knew I would be using. I don't usually have coverage on flash flood emergencies, but this is a very dangerous situation for New Orleans. Yeah, this is a particularly dangerous situation, everyone. I want you guys to be in your safe place. And I'm holding you guys at a standstill on radar, but I want to get this stuff to everyone as much as possible, so. Alright, what's going on is right now we have a flash flood emergency right here. This is for New Orleans. If you are in New Orleans, you need to be in higher ground. You shouldn't even be in New Orleans right now. It is not raining currently, but that does not mean it's not going to rain. It is going to rain even more. This flash flood emergency goes until, for the next 2 hours, this goes until 11:45. Yeah. It's going to be a long night for us who actually do this for a living. It's going to be a long night for you in New Orleans. I'm getting this out onto all social media platforms. I just got home from church. I know, I am late. NWS flash flood. I can turn my AC off. Thank God. But still, flash flood emergency is in effect right there. That is a flash flood emergency. This is a very dangerous situation, everyone. I do not want anyone driving if you are in New Orleans. It is a flooding hazard. I'm putting this out onto all social media platforms, and we're going live on Instagram. That is why I'm looking at my phone and not doing much green screening right now. Because this needs to be put out there to public so they know what's happening. Flash flood emergency for New Orleans. There we go, finishing up. I'm going to put this out there right now, that this is a flash flood emergency. This is not your normal flash flood warning. I need my mouse. We are live on Instagram and YouTube with emergency coverage of flash flood emergency in New Orleans. YouTube with emergency coverage of flash flood. I'm going to straighten out our green screen issue that we are having right now. If my hair fades, I'm sorry. You try your best and it's not good. That works. Okay. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a flash flood emergency for New Orleans as we speak. This is an active flash flood emergency for New Orleans. We're going to go into greater detail here in just a second. I want to thank everyone tuning in, especially for tuning in here. I'm looking for my phone holding case. I think I put it back here. Where did I put my holding case? Got it. So as of right now, this is a flash flood emergency. Let me pull this over here. That way I can actually control my mouse here while doing presentation. This area that has this white outline, this is a flash flood emergency. This is for New Orleans. New Orleans, you do not need to be out driving. This is a flash flood emergency. This is the highest flash flood warning the National Weather Service can issue here. And this is right now for downtown New Orleans, Kenner, Hennaughville, Edgar. You guys are under this as well. This goes until 11:45 Central Daylight Time, or 4:45 UTC, whatever you guys use. I believe the National Weather Service. I know you can't see anything, honest. This is just for people to be able to listen to if they're driving. This is for the I-10 corridor. I do believe the National Weather Service could transfer their stuff over to the National Weather Service Montgomery. That it is possible right now. Last update is it was still Cat 1. Last update was... I'll move over here so you guys can see it better. Last update was right here. This is that last update that we're seeing. It was at 85 mile an hour. Now it's moved up to right about within here. I wouldn't say it's a hurricane anymore. I do think it has weakened to a tropical storm, but still a very dangerous system. As we're seeing all up within here. This is all just heavy rain, wind. That is on your eye wall. But again, let's go ahead and go to specifics here in New Orleans. 90% of New Orleans. If you're along from Arby here, off to the west, you got in New Orleans, you guys need to be off the roads. Probably shouldn't be there, but you know, I'm not. Sorry, I'm not gonna judge you. But this is a very, very dangerous situation unfolding in New Orleans. I have no reports I can hand off. I'm just going based off of what I'm seeing. National Weather Service is seeing. This should be the last of the rain for a while. If not, this is the last bit of rain for you guys in New Orleans. We're not going to green screen forever, obviously. I wouldn't be able to green screen 2 full hours. But I just want to point this out. This is a flash flood emergency. You guys see it scrolling at the bottom of your screen. It's not your ordinary warning. Edgar, you guys are in this as well. I cannot see that town name, so I'm going to go over here. Drag that back in. Frenier, if you are Frenier to the south, there's a flash flood emergency. I did not anticipate a flash flood emergency. I'm going to be totally honest. I was not anticipating this today. But this is what we're seeing, and this is what we're going to show. This is what we're going to do. Again, flash flood emergency for areas in the dark green with the white outline. If it does not have a white outline, it is dark green. It is a considerable flash flood warning, which is almost as dangerous, just less water. Other than that, very dangerous situation if you are in the dark green like this one right here. If you're in this one, that is a flash flood emergency. I'm not exactly sure here if they're going to downgrade it since there's not more rain coming. I think you could still get some outer bands. I'm pacing around because I feel like pacing around. But I do feel like if you don't get anything to happen within the next hour, they'll probably put this down to a considerable severe thunderstorm warning and so on. It'll downgrade as needed, obviously. This is our main focus, obviously. If we get a tornado warning, we'll go into tornado warning coverage and then drop the flash flood emergency itself. But right now, we're going to keep tabs on the flash flood emergency because, I mean, let's zoom out a bit here. We see, Sly Doug, you're in a flash flood warning considerable as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they FFE that too. Since they FFE'd New Orleans here, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they flash flood emergency this. I need to update some stuff. I'm just realizing this. So let me update what I gotta update here. Because again, I haven't even been here so long. NHC. Let me update what I gotta update with Hurricane Francine. And then I will get back to everything. And then I want public advisory. I'm just going to update the public advisory or the top scroll. Okay, that is now adjusted back. So I can step back into frame here for you guys. Just a very... I forgot my mouse. Don't worry, I've got a wireless mouse, so it's perfect. One of these days I'm going to get what the meteorologists use on TV. I can't remember what it's called, but still yet amazing just how much rain you can see in a short amount of time, especially from a hurricane. I mean, it's impressive. But again, flash flood warning considerable remains in effect. That's for St. Tammy. That goes until 12. 2. Let me do some conversions. So 6. That goes until 1 o'clock. That flash flood, this right here goes until 1 o'clock Central, 6 a.m. UTC. Yeah, I'm reading that correctly. My floor is about to fall through. Like, for. Again, the reason we're live is this flash flood emergency. If it wasn't for that, I would not be live right now. I would be in bed, where all these chairs are, where my phone is. But no, we're live. I'm going to step over here. I'm going to play the loop. I'm not going to play the loop. I'm going to play the loop. There you go. I'm going to step off screen over here. Just watch the loop of it as it goes through New Orleans, and then watch as they issue the flash flood emergency. I agree with the flash flood emergency issuance. 1000% agree with the flash flood emergency issuance. But still yet, I don't know if they'll downgrade it, which I think they might, or they might just cancel that warning altogether because there is considerable severe thunderstorm warnings. Not thunderstorm warnings, but flash flood warnings for New Orleans as well. Oh, they canceled it. So if they do keep it, it will be downgraded to a flash flood warning considerable. And yes, I know I'm pacing around a lot. It is 9 o'clock. It is 9:41 my time. 9:43, excuse me. This ain't what I want to do at 9:43 p.m. But it's what we're doing here at 9:43 p.m. I do believe they run on Central Time. Again, right now I don't have all my screens like they should be. They're running it off of Central Time. I figured New Orleans was Central. I just wanted to double check myself because I do get those wrong sometimes. I'm going to move this off just a bit. That way you guys can see past me. I'm in a red shirt that has been used to make oil spills. That's why it's sturdy. So if you see it sturdy, just know it's from oil. We need to change some car parts. The transmission in specific. And in the process of that, forgot to leak the oil out. Silly me. Very silly me. So that is why my shirt is dirty. Now, am I going to be live this whole tornado, flash flood emergency? Probably not. Probably at most till 11, and then I'll see what's needed afterwards. Like, let's say I get to 11. I'm going to step off over here into the center of the screen. No. I'll let y'all enjoy the thing while I look at you guys. If they downgrade it, I'll end live then and there unless there's tornado warning. Again, tornado warnings do take priority over flash flood emergencies. We might split screen it. I don't know how that would exactly work as I'm green screening, but we'll devise a plan. If it comes to be 11 o'clock, and it's not going to rain anymore, I'll end. But again, this is a flash flood emergency for New Orleans. So New Orleans, this is for you guys. I'm not saying this because you guys normally know I ain't going to go live for flash flood warnings. But when it comes to very popular cities and flash flood warning emergencies, you know, that kind of puts perspective into stuff. And right now, New Orleans, Huntville, you guys are under a flash flood emergency. This is a very, very populated area with night owls. Sorry if you live in that area and you're not a night owl. But that is what I know New Orleans as, is a party city. Yeah, people who like partying at night, and I realize, you know, it's cool, party. But not tonight, not tomorrow night, not the night after that. After that night, I don't even know what day that would be. That would probably be Sunday. Go party all you want. I don't care. But at night, especially tonight, you may not be able to see flooded roadways. You might be doing 60, come across a flooded roadway, you're not even going to stop in time. I will admit, I've almost done the same thing. Luckily, I knew the road was flood prone, but still, that doesn't change the fact. Normally, New Orleans is kind of flood prone, honestly. After Katrina, it became flood prone, I think. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not good on that history. I'm going to study Katrina soon, so don't worry. But I can say it's not something you want to get yourself caught into. Most of your severe weather-related deaths are flash flood deaths. Most flash flood deaths happen in a car. Reminder, 6 inches of water, just 6 inches of water, about this much water, can sweep, fast-moving water can sweep you right off your feet. And just roll you across. Just like that. That is why I'm putting this out there. Turn around, don't drown, especially in a flash flood warning. If you see a flooded roadway and not in a flash flood warning, call your National Weather Service, call your 911. Even in a flash flood emergency, considerable, or just regular old flash flood warning. Let your National Weather Service know, hey, major flooding here. Call 911. Because at night, it is so much more dangerous. I can't put this into perspective. It is so much more dangerous at night than in the daylight when you can see the flooding. There are only specific people I want out there driving, and that is people who know what they're doing. Storm chasers. Weathermen. We just got a new flooding LSR. I never got to investigate the flooding LSR. So I want to investigate it. Oh, I see it's not new. It disappeared. So I'm not going to read it. But I want to put this into perspective. Just because you're not in a flash flood warning doesn't mean it's not going to become a flash flood. Flash flood is different from a regular old flood. A regular old flood, which I have experienced firsthand. My area that I live in is flood prone. I'm not scared to admit that. Whenever I drive after a pretty long rain and we've seen 3-4 inches, I'm going to drive slowly. One, flooding. Flash flooding is fast moving. Like, it is moving. It's not just a solid thing, it is actively moving. And that's what I want to point out. Just because you don't see water moving, it could be moving very slowly. But I don't even know what I'm saying there. But still yet, just because you can't see it because it's dark doesn't mean it's not there. It's the same way with tornadoes. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. There are plenty of tornadoes that no one can see, but it's there. And there will be physical proof that next, right after it passes a certain place, there's just proof. Usually. There are some tornadoes that, well, we're not going to get on the topic of tornadoes, though. Unless if a tornado warning happens. Again, this is a flash flood warning until 11:45. At 8:39, emergency management confirmed flooding. This is one of the most dangerous types of flooding. You're seeing a pretty high water rate. I'm going to get a drink of Dr. Pepper here. You're seeing a pretty high number of inches. I don't know what the current actual rate is. 5 and 7 inches is a flash flood emergency. I'm surprised. 5 and 7 inches of rain have fallen. Additionally, additional rainfall amounts of 2 to 3 inches. Guys, let me tell you, that is a lot. That is a lot of inches. I gotta make a quick edit on something. I'm gonna make the quick edit. There we go. The edit is already done. I want to make sure you guys have actual information that's truth. Cone your sting over here. This isn't what you're normally looking at. Let me reposition my camera. That looks hideous. I like doing these adjustments to make the streams look good. There's a reason I do all of this. There's a reason I go through all the troubles. Now, there we go. It's fixed. Just like that, I have fixed the issue. I can now walk off screen and not go into any other graphics that I have. That is amazing, yo. It's truly amazing. You know, there's a reason I have my graphics the way I have them. That is the reason I misplaced a graphic. But again, flash flood emergency is active. We are going to make flash flood emergency graphics soon. I haven't really thought about it because, you know, I'm not the person to go out and stream flash flood emergencies. When I have time, I might. But right now, I have school. I have homework that's due tomorrow. Like, stuff that I gotta do tonight. You know. I'll get up early enough and do it in the morning. But the point is, there's a reason I'm here. There's a flash flood emergency for the I-10 corridor. This is for New Orleans. I mean, if you live in the area, don't go home just yet. This is still a very active threat. Wait until tomorrow. Wait until early morning. Go at the crack of dawn. Go when the smallest amount of sunlight's out. Go before it gets way too hot. Which it probably won't get so hot, but I haven't studied this. I haven't went into specifics, oh, it's going to be this hot in this place and blah, blah, blah. I haven't went into the temperatures after the hurricane. I truly haven't. Because I'm focusing on the impacts of the hurricane, not the actual temperatures. So I'm sorry if I'm going crazy here. We're going to be live at least until 10:30. I can't guarantee anything after that. This is not something I would normally stay live for, but again, this is New Orleans. This is a thing that does need coverage. This is, again, a flash flood emergency. This is something, you know, and this is for a very popular area. So I'm going to get back into frame here. I know I'm in and out of frame. I'm pacing around frame. I realize that. But again, I do think the flash flood emergency could get some more rain. It's going to be very little. So again, there's that for you guys. I'm probably going to go get out of green screen mode here shortly. I'm just being totally honest with you guys. Green screen mode is kind of crazy, having to stand up so long. I at least want to go till 10:30 on green screen, and then after that, we'll decide. But if I exit green screen mode, I'm probably going to end live stream. I'm keeping the hurricane warnings up until 10 o'clock. And we do get the latest National Hurricane Center update. Yes, I'm walking around frame, but I have so much information I need to get. It's not even funny anymore. So I'm going to go get some of that information that we got. I think the National Hurricane Center has updated. I'm not too sure. NHC. National Hurricane Center. Alright. Good news. We are no longer a hurricane. We are not a hurricane. There is no more hurricane warnings. I repeat, no more hurricane warnings. But there is still a tropical storm. This is a 70-mile-an-hour. So we've dropped, let's see, we've dropped from 85 to not 70. This is rapid weakening. I figure by tomorrow it's going to be a tropical depression. It is not a hurricane. I did not think it was a hurricane. Public advisory. All hurricane warnings have been discontinued. So again, this is no longer a hurricane. I want to repeat. No more hurricane. This is a tropical storm now. Tropical storm. I'm going to make sure there is no expectation that Francine is a hurricane. I don't want anything that is not true on this. Because right now, hurricane is not hurricane anymore. I'm going to remove all indications that this was once a hurricane. I'm going to leave it being Hurricane Francine on the title thing, but there's a reason as to why. Alright. So again, we are now entering tropical storm. This is weakened. This is now 15 mile an hour less than what it was yesterday. Which is today. Last update. Which is really good news because that means rapid weakening is happening right now. I can't say this enough. Rapid weakening is very good. Yes, there's going to be a tornado threat tomorrow. Yes, it's going to be pretty big. Yes, we're going to be live most likely tomorrow. Yes. I can't say each strong tornado ain't going to happen. It's unlikely. But with the last 2 hurricane landfalls I've tracked, there's been strong tornadoes. Debbie spawned the leukemia EF3. Beryl produced multiple EF2s, and I think an EF3. I can't remember if there was an EF3 in that. Katrina. I know I'm going back to Katrina. That spawned tornadoes. That'd be a wild night for conspiracy theories right now in my head. But again, this is still a very dangerous situation right now for New Orleans. I want to point this out. This is not a hurricane. This is the center right here. I'll come over here because my finger doesn't want to point it out. This right here is the center. This right here. This is where that hurricane is. This is where the NHC says the hurricane is, and I believe it. Currently, they are not issuing anything after 3 days. This is not going to be much anymore. I think tomorrow will be the last day of it being a tropical storm. I think it'll probably become a tropical depression. by at least 7 p.m. You know, tropical depression, and we'll be done. We might still see some hurricane tornadoes. Yes, we can still see tornadoes from a tropical depression. Tropical depression is essentially just a low pressure system that can spawn tornadoes. Any other low pressure system can spawn tornadoes. And that is a big reason as to why, you know, you'll see hurricanes spawn tornadoes even at times. Yes, I know I'm green screening. Crazy ideas. I get. But this is still a really dangerous situation. I mean, New Orleans. I just wow. You know, you got Livingston, St. Tammy, Tangafoa parishes. Considerable severe thunderstorm warning. St. Mary parish, considerable severe thunderstorm warning. 90% of your alerts are currently in Louisiana or the Gulf of Mexico. You have 2 knot, Clay, Early County, flash flood warning, Georgia. Broadwater, Lewis and Clark, Montana, flash flood warning. Other than that, it is all Louisiana. And I'll let you guys read over here. Read all of that. I will give you guys time to read that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to expand it out so you guys can see all counties involved. And I will call them out myself. Alright, here we go. Flash flood emergency. Jefferson, Orleans, St. John the Baptist parishes. You guys are under a flash flood emergency. New Orleans, right here. New Orleans. Flash flood warning considerable. Livingston. Oh, wait. Flash flood emergency. Jefferson, Orleans, St. Charles, and St. John the Baptist. That goes until 11:45. Flash flood warning considerable. Livingston, St. Tammy, Tangafoa, and Hancock parishes. That goes until 1 o'clock. Flash flood warning considerable. St. Mary. That goes until 11 o'clock. Flash flood warning. Libra, St. Martin, and St. Mary counties. That goes until 1 a.m. Flash flood warning. Broadwater, Lewis, and Clark counties. That goes until 12:15 a.m. Central. Flash flood warning. Ascretion, Assumption, Iberville, St. James, St. John the Baptist. That goes until That goes until 10:45. Yeah. Clay, Early counties, flash flood warning. That goes until 10:15. Right there, I just called out all of the warnings. Gulf of Mexico, I'll let you guys figure that out. Okay? I just called out every warning. So if you guys... So, there you go. Currently, flash flood emergency still remains in effect. Alright, let's go ahead and do some actual green screening here. We're currently seeing heavy rain all throughout this area within here. We did see some heavy rain down here near New Orleans, Hahnville, and Edgar, where we do and still currently have a flash flood emergency, and that goes until 11:45. I am calling it out and calling it out. I know it. But it is a very dangerous situation, especially here in New Orleans. New Orleans is it's a particularly dangerous situation. You know, I will call out things as they are. This is why I won't ever make it on TV. I call them out as they are. There are few meteorologists on TV that can do it. Because I never see them call it out like it is. There are very few. One of them follows me on Twitter. Just putting that out there. Two of them, actually, that I know can do it. One of them's no longer a TV meteorologist. You know, I don't know why I'm going off topic here. Wow. That's crazy. My phone is almost dead, so I'm going to plug it in. And we'll go till 10:30 and we'll get some decisions made up in here. What we're going to do. If I'm going to continue coverage or if I'm going to let coverage go on the flash flood emergencies. Oh, come on. So yeah, very dangerous situation unfolding here in New Orleans. Now, I wonder if they're going to downgrade it at all. Just me being curious. I wonder if they're going to downgrade it. They might not downgrade this, but still. If you're in Donaldson, you guys need to be watching out. You guys still got a chance of rain. Although it is decreasing, you guys are going to get less and less rain than what you've seen before. But still, something very dangerous happening right now. And I think this should be the last time I go live on this, other than the tornado threat tomorrow, which I know I should be live for. Or at least I'll try to be. I can't guarantee anything. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I cannot guarantee that I can be live tomorrow, but I will try my best to be. So yeah, flash flood emergencies are in effect right now. I will step back into frame here in a second. Right now my legs hate me, so I'm going to hate them. I actually probably didn't even need to move my chair back. I could probably move my gaming chair back over, and it'll all be good. Well, there goes my step ladder. It's just a step ladder, I don't care. Hopefully taking this off my bed doesn't create the whole bed to just collapse. That is crazy to carry. I moved it. It's not even in the way of green screening anymore. I got rid of my closet. I forgot about that. So I don't need to... I will forget that. Why did my Instagram stream end? I swear, Instagram's just going crazy. Walling out. Flash flood emergency coverage, part 2 for New Orleans. You know, Instagram sucks. You know, Instagram sucks, and that's that. Instagram likes to randomly end my stream. It doesn't even give me any warning anymore. It just ends my stream, which sucks. But you know, hey. Instagram can do what they want to shut me out. I'm not going to shut up. Hope y'all realize that, Instagram. Y'all can't shut me up. It is my job not to shut up. I'm going to put my headphones on. Right now, it's kind of in a point to where I think headphones would be really good right now. Get some audio going in New Orleans. Try to get some flooding reports. There we go. That's easy to do. I swear I have something on my shirt, but whatever. But still, again, oh, the headphones are causing my hair to become green. I didn't know. That's crazy. So yeah, flash flood emergency is in effect for New Orleans until 11:45. We're not going to go till 11:45. If we do, we'll be sitting down after 10:30. I'm setting that straight. 10:30, we'll sit down and we'll cover it from there. Other than that, I will not be live. I like green screening. That is why I'm green screening ultimately right now. Obviously, the storm is falling apart. It's a tropical storm. It's not something special. And I realize that. But it is still coverage worthy. It is still something that needs to be covered. I don't know if anyone's live right now. I honestly don't. It doesn't matter to me right now. This is a flash flood emergency, and it's something that needs to be covered. This is what I do now, and I realize this. Probably going to get me some water here in a few, but I would have to move my green screen entirely back. You know. But so yeah, we've got coverage on this flash flood emergency of New Orleans. And that is why we're here ultimately. Yes, Instagram, I know I'm not in frame. I realize that. I'll be in frame in a few in Instagram. YouTube, same thing with you guys. I'm currently doing some side stuff, so I can't be in frame right now. Right now, the flash flood emergency, yes, that is priority, and that is what this is what I'm doing right now on the other screen. It is currently 10:17, so I'm going to step back in frame. And then we'll probably exit out of green screen mode and go back into regular coverage mode hereafter. And then we'll cover until 11:30 at least. And then after that, I will end. If they reissue it, that's on them. I won't be here. I still gotta sleep for school tomorrow, you know. I can survive on 5 hours of sleep. 6 hours. I can survive on that. It's just me surviving the time until then, you know. You know, I have a good green screen. I know that, so. Alright, well, I'm going to step back in the frame here. So. Alright, I'm back over into the green screen area where I need to be. I'm not going to drink any more Dr. Pepper. It's too late for that. If I was going to be going till about 1, I'd probably say yeah, but I don't want to go till 1. The latest I'm going to go to, again, is 11, 11:15, 11:30 at most, so. That's because of flash flood emergency. If it wasn't for the flash flood emergency, I would not be covering right now. I would still be out. I'd probably be watching this, covering. But other than that, this flash flood emergency is the only thing keeping me here. Again, New Orleans, you are still in this. You guys will be in this at least until 10:30, 11. Hahnville, same thing. Edgar, same thing. You guys need to be watching very closely. Any more rain, and you guys, it's not going to be good. Again, that is why flash flood emergency is out there. Is because, you know, of the issues. But this right here is that flash flood emergency from down here to here. That is the reason we are here right now. You know, hallelujah, praise to God that I'm able to do this. I pray for you guys in the path of this. You know, I praise God that there's rain. I praise God for the bad, I praise God for the good. That's how I roll. Enough of that. Just yet, I've put my watch on so I can keep track better of time, because the clock I got is in UTC time. We're going to go 10 minutes for green screen, and then I'll probably switch out to get back into my regular setup. Because green screening is hard on the legs right now. So, and I want to get back to regular coverage as soon as possible. But I just want to point this out. It's flash flood emergency. Probably isn't going to receive rain. So probably at 11. I say at 11. We're not going to be here after 11. 11 will be the cutoff time, I think. Unless I see something very interesting. But other than that, I'll end at 11. We're going to sit down for the last 30 minutes of it. I don't know if I could handle 30 more minutes of green screening. That is my opinion. Reminder, my first storm chase is next week, hopefully. So, that'll be cool. It'll all be streamed to my Instagram. You guys. Right there. That I'm pointing at. So, you know. You can tell I'm not in my shirt I was earlier, so that's good. I might go ahead and just move everything off to end green screen mode. I'm half tempted to end green screen mode right here and go into regular coverage mode just right now because my legs are tired, which is what I'm gonna do. So I will be right back. I'm exiting green screen mode, so I'm gonna move everything back over, but that'll be fine. I'm gonna get over to here where I can move everything back away from green screen mode. Now, I want to go ahead and get everything back over. And so, again, yeah, we're still here. I'm ending green screen mode. probably ending green screen mode. I am debating, should I end green screen mode? Dakota, should I end green screen mode? Or should I stay in green screen mode? I'll let you decide that one, or whoever's watching on Instagram. I'm halfway tempted to continue green screen, but I also want to end green screen, if you know what I mean. So, for right now, I'm going to go and take the green screen down. You know what? I'll continue green screen cut. No. Dakota, should I continue my coverage on green screen, or what we thinking here, Dakota? What's up, Ledger? Should I continue green screen coverage? Just kind of curious what you think. I'm trying to get opinions from people I actually know. Makes life so much easier. Alright, we're just going to continue green screen mode. Let me step back to frame here after I activate camera. There we go! We are back just like that. So yeah, still flash flood emergency right here. Again, off towards Covington here. We are still seeing rain upwards to 5-6 inches. I figure if they get anything else, you'll see a flash flood emergency. If you're up near Slidell, you guys have already experienced a tornado today. Pearl River, I think that's what I'm pointing at. We are getting a wind measurement, so I'm going to go and take a look at that. 97.3 mile an hour in a handheld device. So we are still seeing some pretty strong gusts in this. Just because it's downgraded to a tropical storm and it's no longer a hurricane does not mean it's going to produce 90, 100 mile an hour winds. It is not going to be just sustained winds. It's going to be just short 3-second wind gusts. That is normal for storms like this. You'll see it happen and it'll die down like that. Back to probably 65, 70 mile an hour. Not that big of a dip, but still. Acres, you guys are almost done with the rain, honestly. You guys are about to hit the eye. I say within an hour or so. Probably in 15 minutes, actually. Let's take a look here at the tornadic impacts from any of the rain bands. I'm going to go and crack open another can of Dr. Pepper. We're going all in. I am now down to 6 Dr. Pepper cans. That is, I have drank 4 cans in a day. Plus a bang, so. Alright, let's take a look here at some of your tornadic impacts as your rain bands come over here on shore. I'll step over here so it's more visible. Right here, this looks like some tornadic rotation moving on shore, so I'm not going to be surprised if we do get a tornado warning for that. I gotta continue green screen coverage. Because I figure a tornado warning is going to be issued upon that rotation right there that we're seeing right now. I'll stay live until 11. After 11, I'll end. Again, otherwise, if there's a tornado warning, we'll probably stay. But other than that, I'm going to put this in my trash can. I need to empty my trash can, but you know. Let's go ahead and get over to our Hammond radar. Yeah, I realize there's a lot of road signs. Please forgive it. Here we go. Doing this a lot further than I normally would, so just forgive me here if I don't see stuff clearly or something, because I'm doing this a lot further. I'm much further from my screen than I normally would be. Normally my screen would be just right out of view for you guys, right about right here, like just a little bit over, and I'd be covering it from this side on like this, but I decided I'd try a little different today, and I ain't regretting trying different. Excuse me. But, so flash flood emergency right here in white. Let me go ahead and play the radar loop for you guys. I'm going to set my keyboard right there so I can have pretty easy access to it. I'm going to take a small seat real quick. Let my legs have a little rest, about 2-minute rest here. But still, excuse me, a dangerous storm either way, what point you're on, still very dangerous situation here. I figure you're about to see a couple tornado warnings get issued. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I'm going to be monitoring the weather all night. If any strong tornadoes happen, I'll try to be live. Okay. It's not what I thought it was, so we're good. But still, this is a flash flood emergency. We're here. We will end stream at 11. I don't want to stay up too late tonight, but I want to be up till at least I know New Orleans will be fine, which I think New Orleans, you're almost done with the rain completely. I don't think you're going to see too much more rain if you're in New Orleans. So that's good news. I think they might allow it to be dropped. That's good news. On infrared, which is at the bottom right of your screen, just above the scroll text, on the bottom right of your screen, you're going to see that. So, and it is definitely fallen apart from what it was just a few hours ago. Back when it made landfall, you know, there was an eye trying to peek out. It was a Category 2. Now it's a tropical storm. We have weakened much faster than some hurricanes. I've seen hurricanes this far on land, Cat 4. I think Ida was like this. Not Ida. Idalia was like this. You know, so currently right now we do still have this flash flood emergency active. I'm going to give my legs about an additional 35 seconds to rest, and we'll be back up. And yes, I know I said I wouldn't green screen till 11, but I am. That is why I'm letting it currently buffer through and replays, because I'm giving my legs a small break. I've been in my boots all day, even while I was live earlier. You know, I gave my legs enough break there. I also wasn't streaming the whole time on my legs, you know. Today is just not the best day to be on my legs, you know. And I know that, but I'm still going to go green screen anyways, so. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's finish off the stream. We've got 25 minutes left and I'm going to sleep and that's it. Again, tornado warnings are the only thing that would keep us alive anything longer than that. But wind speeds of 97 is crazy though. I realize that. We are almost done with the stream. I'm even half tempted at 10:45 ending it. I don't know what's happening with my green screen. I have to be on set for it to not go fuzzy, fuzz. But still, very dangerous situation for New Orleans. I'm probably going to take down my green screen and then put it up tomorrow. But this is just a very dangerous situation. But I think New Orleans, you are done for the most part. You guys shouldn't have too much more. So that is certainly good news. I don't know why it's when I walk off screen. And that one specific way. Got my shoes in the way. So that's crazy. You know, I'm half tempted just to end the stream at 45, so. That's crazy. I just had to test that. So, a very dangerous situation if you are in this dark green outlined by white. Very dangerous flash flood emergency. Emergency in effect. But, you know, we're still going to be here. Still yet, right here. Kenner, you guys are still in this. You guys aren't out of it. New Orleans, you're not out of the main threat yet. You guys shouldn't get too much rain, but again, you're still in a flash flood emergency. That is the main threat right now, is flash flooding. Yeah, I'm probably going to end a bit earlier than I said, probably at 10:45. Because I still want to get sleep for school tomorrow. I just opened a can of Dr. Pepper, so that probably won't happen. But being on your legs this long just sucks. Especially as someone whose legs ain't as good as it used to be. Like, for real, for real. again, flash flood emergency in effect. Sorry about that. But still, I had to get a drink there. A very dangerous situation. Let me move back over here into frame. That way I can get control of the keyboard here. Let's go back up north here into Covington, where we do have a flash flood warning considerable. Pearl River, you're in this. Bay St. Louis, you guys are in this. Burlington, Slidell. Let me stop over here. Hammond, you guys are in this as well. This is where the radar site's located. And this is right now where the main credible threat is. Other than the flash flood emergency of New Orleans, which is still in effect. Don't get me wrong. Just because I'm moving warnings does not mean this is not in effect. This is still in effect, and this is still a very, very dangerous situation. This is... Most of your flash flood deaths happen in vehicles, and most of your severe weather-related deaths are from vehicles. And that is why, turn around, don't drown, especially at night. It's going to be much harder to see this flood water. So, let's go over to... I think we still have another considerable severe thunderstorm. Yep. Morgan City, that was considerable a long time ago. Actually, I was live for the landfall at that point. Morgan City, Franklin, you guys are done with the rain. I can't say that enough. You guys are done. Now it's just left up to Ferry Park, up towards Acres. New Orleans, I think you're done with the rain, just being honest. You might still see some outer bands, but you're not going to see what you were just seeing when this flash flood emergency was issued. All right, let's go back over into the Montgomery radar where not Montgomery, Mobile radar, where we do have these outer bands making landfall. I will call this landfall. They can produce waterspouts, tornadoes. That is why I watch these particularly closely, but we've been watching the flash flood emergency, so I haven't watched it too closely. I can't say exactly if I'm right about this, but this right here looks to be maybe some small rotation right there. Very weak, very brief rotation likely right there. And that is why we're also here as well. Let's go back over to Hammond radar. I think my music stopped playing. Okay, my music didn't just stop playing, which is good news, so I was going to get the loop back. And we are starting to lose that eye, which is good news. We're starting to see less defined of an eye. But let's get that loop going here for you guys, and yeah. I'm going crazy tonight. You know, I might extend coverage because right now I'm actually able to talk. Also, alright, let's go and get this out of the way. No, I should do it over here. I'm trying to debate where I want to do this because either way it's still going to be good positioning. Right here, this is a special marine warning. This dark orange right there, that is a special marine warning. It is not as orange as your highway. It is oranger than your highways. I want to point that out. It is to the south of this flash flood warning. So from the flash flood warning south, that is for water spouts, I believe. A cluster of showers capable of producing water spouts were located along a line extending 14 nautical miles west of Lake Maurepas, or 6 nautical miles east of Montauk, moving northwest at 30 knots. So there you go. Water spouts are possible. Tornadoes are possible. This isn't just a water spout issue. It's a tornado issue as well. I'm not live specifically for the tornado threat right now. I will be tomorrow. But we're here because of a flash flood emergency for New Orleans itself. That is the only reason I'm here right now. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here right now. So still again, very dangerous situation happening here. Still, flash flood emergencies and flash flood warning considerables are in effect. I got scared for a second, but I'm fine. That's kind of scary when you get a piece of board from your desk lodged into your foot. That hurts. But it's scary. So you don't know what it is. Anyways. Pearl River, considerable flash flood warning. I don't know, but they may trigger a FFE for Covington. I'm not sure of anything right now. All I know is a considerable flash flood warning and a flash flood emergency are issued right now. We've got 7 flash flood warnings, 4 of which are regular, 2 of which are flash flood warning considerables, and 1 of which are flash flood emergencies. So, still obviously a very dangerous situation we're seeing right now. Obviously, this is rare to see flash flood emergencies. Yes, they look common, but they're not that common. Out of every flash flood emergency year, maybe 12, 20 of them are flash flood emergencies. So that's more common than a tornado emergency. Also, flash flood warnings are more common than tornado warnings. Especially because of hurricanes in specific. But that's a debate. What's more popular, flash flood warnings or tornado warnings? That's crazy. We'll get into that debate a lot later. Right now we are watching this as it comes through flash flood emergency New Orleans. I figure we might get some tornadoes soon, or as soon as I end, you'll get some tornado warnings. That's how it goes. As soon as I end, the tornadoes will happen. So, very dangerous situation, though. Flash flood emergencies are very rare. So, let's just put it that way. That's the last of that I will be speaking about. It's obviously still a pretty dangerous situation. Especially in your flash flood warning considerables and things like that. Those are very dangerous as well. Sorry. Let's go ahead and loop this off here and let's just watch the progression. I'm going to step off over here to the side for you guys. Got my shoes in the way, for crying out loud. We're about to end, so get a last look of it. I gotta get sleep. I gotta get to school tomorrow. I don't want to be late. Okay, that is crazy. Alright, there is no longer a flash flood emergency. They did as I said, and they did downgrade it. I guess I'm just good. I can predict the National Weather Service, what they do before they do it. Now, I wonder if they're going to FFE this, flash flood emergency this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that they won't. I'm not sure that they will flash flood emergency this. There's still a lot of rain falling. I wouldn't be surprised if they just flash flood emergency it, but it comes to rain totals, etc. That is all on my phone, and I don't want to disturb the Instagram stream, so I'm not going to take some looks at it. Right before we end, we will, though, so stay tuned for that, because we're going to end in about 6 minutes. I want to go to the top of the hour, and that'll be it. We'll go to the top of the hour, and that's it. Obviously, just a very dangerous situation. There's no longer a flash flood emergency, so I'm going to get rid of any bait that says this is a flash flood emergency on stream. Yeah, there you go. That is fixed up. Flash flood emergency of New Orleans. After the rain. That's crazy. Alright, we are going to end though here pretty soon. I will get rain totals here in a second. I just want to point out that this is it. This is the last part. This was a great stream. Glad I was able to be here for you guys tonight. We will monitor for tornadoes, and if anything, again, Gulfport, flash flood warning. So if you are in Gulfport, you need to be on the highest elevation possible. Evacuate north towards Wiggins. This is the final little stretch we're going to have. Again, I'll end the Instagram stream just before so we can get some rain totals. But, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they issue a flash flood emergency for Covington. But other than that, we are flash flood emergency list. So I want to go ahead and end it off here. I know considerable flash flood warnings, but flash flood warnings are just something, you know, I'm not going to stay live for, especially when I have school. So I'm going to go ahead and go in the Instagram stream, and we'll get some totals, and we will end stream. So that is certainly good news. So I'm getting to end stream now. Alright, Instagram, it has been good having you guys for part 1 and part 2. This is flash flood emergency coverage. No more flash flood emergency. There are only considerable. There are 7 flash flood warnings, 3 of which are considerable, and the rest of the 4 are just regular severe thunderstorm warnings. That's going to be it for the Instagram stream. Peace out. Sorry, so many streams. Instagram likes to end my streams randomly, trying to shut me up. So, peace out. Alright, let's go ahead and get some rainfall totals here so I can end stream using the Radar Omega app. This is our last stretch. We're only going to be live for the next 5 minutes, and I'm going to sleep. It is 11 o'clock almost. I don't want to be here as long. I just want to end stream as soon as possible. So I'm going to sit down for the rest of the stream, most likely. About 8 inches indicated in the New Orleans metro area, so that's still a lot of rain. Like 8.26 is the highest I'm seeing right now. Apparently my live archive ain't working right now. Alright, that's gonna do it for us. This is Kelly Rose signing off. Alright, that's gonna do it. I love you guys so much. 8 inches of rain have fallen in New Orleans metro. They have downgraded it. I'm going to go to sleep. Personally, I need to go to sleep. I have school tomorrow. I should not even be standing where I'm at right now. Ugh, I gotta fix that. Anyways, this is Kelly Rose. I'm signing off for the night. Stay safe. Have multiple ways to receive weather warnings if you are caught into a tornado. Underground, innermost center part of your house in a sturdy building. Avoid windows if you're caught outdoors on a mobile home. Make sure not to be. We're now up to 5 flash flood warnings, with 2 of them being considerable. That is good news. The Morgan City considerable severe thunderstorm warning has been downgraded. I thought I'd give that update. This is Kelly Rose. I'm signing off. Peace.